What's up? Peace and blessings to all my fellow detailers and weekend warriors. Big deal. Microfibers. Are you guys trying to gain more knowledge about microfibers and have a better understanding of microfibers? You know, maybe how to wash them, how to dry them. Are you getting micro scratches when you're drying your vehicles down? Or maybe you just want to gain more knowledge about microfibers themselves. Well, you guys are in for a treat, because I was out at the MTE 2020 in Orlando last week, and I bumped into, well, didn't just bump into, I went by the rag company booth and bumped into my boy Levi, and I asked Levi to really break down these microfiber towels and walk me through all of the towels that you have and help me understand more about them. And I mean, it was just really informative, and I learned a lot, and I'm about to apply a lot of stuff that I learned. So check it out for yourself. Enjoy. Okay, I have to butt in and put in this little disclaimer, because I really did not want to put this video out because of the clarity of the video itself. But I feel like the audio and the vital information that Levi is educating us on is essential to us being successful in the auto detailing industry. So I had to expose it, but I'm ready for the criticism. It's all good. Just listen.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeff. I'm still here at the MTE. I am standing here with the man, Levi from the rag company, and he's going to explain to me about all of these rags and what they do and what they're capable of. And I figured, why not? You can get a treat and learn about it too at the same time. So what's up, Levi?
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it, bro.
All right, all right.
One, welcome to the rag company booth.
Thank
you.
You.
To hang out and see what we got going on. So a little bit about the rag company. We've been around for 20 years.
Okay.
The company was started by a little old lady who fell in love with microfiber towels.
What?
And started selling them out of her garage.
Really?
Yeah. Created a website, did it all by herself. She ended up getting sick back in 2012, had to go into hospice, and Jeff and Carolyn Hennon ended up buying the company from her.
Oh, wow.
And so they bought the company and started basically creating the company, moved it from her garage to their garage.
Wow.
And so that's how we've kind of created the business. It was a private label business for a really long time, and one of the things we did was try to create a brand. And so, we used to make towels for everybody in the industry, and that was our bread and butter. But now, in the last 7 years, everybody knows the rag company now.
Wow, I've never known that story, man.
So kind of fun. But with that, we've tried to create we've given all the towels fun names. We tried to create a reason for having every single towel. We make 150 different types of microfiber, which, as you know, sounds crazy because most detailers only use one.
Right. Yeah, I'd say probably 8 out of 10 are using just one rag.
Right.
And 150 different rags, good Lord.
Yeah, and they all have a specific purpose and a specific job.
Okay.
One of the biggest things is the blend of the microfiber. So most people know the typical Costco towel, it's an 80-20 towel. That is a great blend for a lot of good jobs. The problem is when it falls short is on soft clear coat. 80-20 microfiber, 80% polyester, 20% polyamide will mar soft clear coat.
Wow.
And a lot of detailers notice
y'all heard that. Y'all heard that.
Well, a lot of detailers are wondering, they polish a panel, they go to wipe it with a towel, and they leave micro scratches or marring in the surface. They don't know what caused it. They're like, this is a brand new towel, I just opened it up. What caused it? Was it maybe the edge? Was it maybe the tag? Was it? Sometimes it's just the fiber of the towel.
Itself, just too aggressive.
It's just too aggressive. And so we increased the polyamide count to 30%. We lower the polyester count. So now we have what we call a 70-30 blend. That is the most premium blend at the moment. They do make a 60-40, but that price to create a 60-40 blended towel is so astronomical. Most people couldn't afford it.
Unrealistic.
Yeah, at that point you can't really. Who's going to wipe a car down with a $20 towel?
$20 towel, right?
At that point.
And imagine seeing one of your guys trying to shoot it into the hamper or something. It hits the ground. You're like, fired right now.
Yeah, you dock and pay. And so it gets to a point where it becomes too much. So 70-30's become kind of that sweet spot for softness and absorbency. So a lot of people go, well, what's the most absorbent towel? Well, that depends on mostly the blend and the weave. of the towel.
Wow.
So what we've got here is a bunch of different
I'm
types
getting
of weaves.
Hey, I am getting educated today. Levi, you are the man.
That's the point. You know, a lot of people don't understand. Microfiber is a tool. Just like you go over to the polisher manufacturers and they've got all the different size polishers out there. There's a different one for every job.
Every job.
Same thing for mechanics. They've got a different tool. You could probably work on a car with a screwdriver and a couple of box wrenches. You're not going to get everything done.
Right.
You know, you're going to come up into situations where it's just not going to happen. You need the right tool for the job. And microfiber is exactly the same way.
Gotcha.
So basically, a lot of people think like, oh man, this is a super soft towel. This has got to be the softest towel. This Eagle Edgeless is our flagship towel. What they don't know is that this creature is equally as soft. It's because they're both 70-30 blended microfiber.
Gotcha.
The weave is different. And the reason they're both the same softness, like I said, is that blend. But this has a split fiber on top, and this has a looped fiber. And so it's just the way your skin crosses through that. It gets caught on the loop. It doesn't get caught on the split.
Gotcha.
So this passes through much easier, tricking your brain into going, oh, that's soft. That's really nice. So it's all in what perception is for folks and what they want to get. Now, all the way through our line, like I said, we make 150 different types of microfiber towels. Some are for janitorial, some are for cleaning your house, some are for facial, spa, health and beauty, and then we've got our detailing line. And our detailing line is basically broken down to be the best of what we feel you need to detail your car, take care of your car, and do that kind of stuff.
Makes perfect sense.
Like I said, Eagle Edgeless 500, this is our flagship. This is what we're famous for. This is what we're known for. Circular knit, plush microfiber, ultra plush microfiber. Comes in 3 different sizes. So it's all 16 by 16, but it comes in a different weight. We've got a Eagle 350. I like the 350 because it's a lighter towel in your hand. And as detailers, I feel like this is more of a detailer's towel rather than the 500.
So the 500 you think is primarily for
last step towels.
Last step towel, and the 350 is primarily
same thing,
but
you
it's
can
more
use it for polishing. You can use it for light polish removal.
Gotcha.
You can use it for maybe your last wipe with a ceramic coating.
Gotcha.
For your, your final buff.
Okay, so you can get more use and out of this. This is more universal than this. Okay,
yeah,
I get
500 sometimes just feels too thick in your hand, especially once you got to fold it into fourths. It's just too much towel between you and the surface. So,
and I like how y'all have labeled it. I don't mean to cut you off, but I like how y'all have labeled it at the 500 to 350, so then it's easy to identify.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got like the Everest 550. It's the same weave. Difference is it has an edge where these are edgeless.
Gotcha.
So the Everest has an edge and only comes in white. It's a 550 mostly because this 70-30 suede banded edge adds a little more weight to it.
Gotcha.
Which brings that GSM, the grams per square meter, weight up. So
Gotcha.
it's basically a 500 with an edge, which is what gives it that weight. So those are the circular knit weaves. So 350, 500, 550, and 600. So then we go into like our standard terry weaves. So terry weave is like everybody knows. That's like what the Costco towel is.
Gotcha.
The weave is just a typical terry standard weave. But what we've done with a lot of them is we've created a 70-30 blend of them. We've got edgeless versions of them. And then we have what we call a dual pile version of the terry weave, like our Creature edgeless towels here, which have a dual-sided weave. They're short on one side, long on the other.
Gotcha.
So these towels work really
which is
great.
what you see at the Costco, Sam Club, everywhere you go.
This has a little bit longer, and it's 420 GSM, so it's a little thicker, about 100 GSM thicker than a Costco towel. So the towels work great because of the fact that you've got a short nap on one side, so you're able to wipe and scrub and clean what you need, and then you got a plusher side that you can flip over if you need to do a buff or a lighter bit of rubbing on the surface.
Gotcha.
Again, 70-30 blend, so equal softness in terms of and paint safe, which is a big deal. Then you move into the next fiber, which is a twist loop. This is the most popular, newest style of microfiber towel is that twist loop fiber. The twist loop is extremely absorbent, and it's literally a loop that is then corkscrewed and twisted down. This creates a massive amount of surface area in that fiber and allows it to be extremely absorbent.
Wow.
So with the twist loop, we've got something that it rivals and is kind of the king when it comes to absorbency. And this is a great towel for cleaning glass because the twist fiber gives a bit of scouring action, but then a massive amount of absorbency. So you only need one towel by the time you make it around a car.
That makes that just popped the question into my head. We have a big issue with, you ever notice the windshields will grab lint
Yes.
off of the towel? How is that with
So
like
with
not
a twist loop, you don't have that much. You don't have that big of an issue with linting.
okay?
Waffle weaves, same thing. Waffle weaves, very tight, densely packed weave.
Got you.
Allows for that because the surface tension on a windshield is much different than your paint, and a glass cleaner lowers that surface tension.
Gotcha.
It doesn't increase it and make it softer and slicker and faster. And actually, you're cleaning. So what happens is on a traditional terry weave towel you're using on glass, those fibers, or maybe you're using a circular knit to clean the glass, those fibers aren't designed to take that kind of abuse.
Okay.
They need to have a lubricant on the surface. They need to have something to create that slickness for them to be able to go through. And so that towel then causes it to break. Just like a tree branch on your legs, those fibers break as they're being pulled along that
Makes
glass.
perfect
And
sense.
leaves that micro lint. And so that's one of the reasons we usually say go to something more lint-free, like a waffle weave, which is
Gotcha.
very densely packed, or you go something for a glass-specific weave, which again, very tightly low lint, no lint.
And this is what
design.
we were kind of heading towards. We were
Yeah.
like, we need a glass-specific
Yeah,
towel.
and so
Because we
we
don't
make-
like to blend, we don't like to use the same rag that we would use on paint on glass
Right.
anyway. We separate everything. So,
Well, and one thing we do is make 6 different glass towels.
wow, good Lord.
Again, for personal preference.
All right.
We've got our standard glass, we've got our premium glass, we've got our waffle weave. On the other side over here, we got our diamond weave.
Diamond weave?
Which is the black towel over here.
Okay.
And that one, you can just take that whole thing off.
Yeah.
The diamond weave has that diamond pattern in it.
Oh,
And
wow.
One of the crazy things about this is, like, these guys have kind of a linear same line on the,
Gotcha.
you know, they all go in the same direction.
Gotcha.
When you're wiping a towel, when you're wiping a window, it'll cause dry drag if you go the wrong way with it, causing these towels to bunch up, which is a lot of people's issue. So a lot of guys go, oh, well, I use these towels wet. So they're still cleaning and scrubbing the glass, but that's that final wipe to dry the glass that you need a low lint towel that's going to be able to get that. The diamond weave, because of that weave, allows it to move in any direction and reduces dry drag on glass.
That's funny you said that, because we use this technique where we clean our glass with just water.
Yeah.
We don't use any chemical. And we use a wet rag and a dry rag.
Right.
Wet rag first to collect the dirt and dust and all of that, and then we buff it
Dry
clean with a
rag.
dry.
Yeah,
So
streak-free.
this becomes our wet rag.
Yep.
This becomes our dry rag.
Or one of these wet, one of them dry. Do the same thing.
Well, then that's when we start talking cost.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to be cost effective?
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
both the standard glass and the diamond weave are a really great price.
Gotcha.
The premium glass is a lot more expensive, mostly because these are made in China, these are made in Korea.
Okay.
Now, the only difference for us is the cost of manufacturing the towels.
Gotcha.
All of our towels have the same Korean yarn in them. We get our Korean yarn, and our factory in China and our factory in Korea use the same yarn.
Awesome.
So all of the yarn is the same. It's still AA grade Korean yarn.
Gotcha.
So all of our products are extremely high quality, and just like a cut of beef, the yarn is what you want. You want a high quality yarn because you want it to last. You know, the not to say anything bad, but the Costco towel is designed to a price point. And every year that price point has to stay 38 cents a towel.
Right.
That's what they want to sell it for. But you and I both know, even just running a detail shop, costs change, man.
Yes, it does.
Price has got. Sometimes you got to raise your price.
Yeah.
Costco says no, we want it 38 cents. So you got to find a way to save some money.
Gotcha.
Number one spot to save some money is by reducing the yarn quality. The manufacturing's the same, everything's the same. The yarn quality is different, and I know a lot of folks are probably watching this and listening and go, yeah, I was wondering why the Costco towels change every couple months or every 6 months. You find a different. You're like, man, this one doesn't feel as plush anymore.
Right.
This one doesn't look as good anymore. Or this feels thinner.
A couple washes and they're down. We know because we used them before. You know.
And I used them for years as well. But it's that purpose. And using a higher grade yarn allows us to get more washes out of a towel. which
Gotcha.
makes your price per unit of a towel go down the more uses you get out of it. You think about a towel, if you're going to pay, you know, let's just say, just an idea, the towel costs you $1, right? Every time you use it, that price goes down.
Right.
And if you get 10 cars, that towel now costs you 10 cents a car.
10 cents per car. Correct.
And if you're able to get out of 10, well, now you say you get it out of 100 cars. That towel now costs you a penny per car.
Right.
And a lot of people go, well, I can't buy a $5 towel.
Yeah.
Well, I got guys that are using interior towels. They're on 5 years on Rag Company towels.
Wow.
Because they take care of them. They wash them properly. Their employees take care of them. The cost on those towels are now making them money.
Gotcha.
They don't owe anything anymore.
Yeah, and I want to run that down too when we get done going through the towels, how to actually wash them and take care of them the proper ways. But before we even go into that,
get over to finish these up. So basically, you get into the twist loop. We got our dual pile terries. We got our other terries. We got waffles. We have a Korean waffle as well. This is our Chinese waffle.
Okay.
And we got our circular knit weaves, which are great for that.
Okay.
Terries, I always say, great for all-purpose everything, cleaning, scrubbing. Dirty jobs, they are the best for it.
Gotcha.
70-30 blended terries are awesome for paint work, for compound polishing. That's what you need in your shop when you're working hard. You know, when you're working you need a hard-working towel. That's what that's for.
Gotcha.
Plush, last touch towels, as I call them, great for final wipe downs, spray sealants, quick detailers, and using any of your final walk around when you got a customer showing up.
Okay.
Grab this towel. They're going to be wild. They've never seen a bright red fluffy towel like that.
Right.
You may have detailed the whole car with this one or the black towel. They don't need to know that. They're looking at that.
Right,
know?
exactly.
And so
these are industry trade tricks we're showing you here.
That's
okay?
right. So then you got drying towels. Drying towels come in various different forms. We've got our waffle weaves. We've got our twist loops. So we've got our twist loops here for drying as well. Very absorbent towels. Now, microfiber, compared to cotton will absorb 5 times its weight in water. That's all it does. So we are able, with microfiber in an 80-20 blend, able to get 7 to 10 times its weight in water. Now, that also depends on the blend and the weave.
Gotcha.
So an 80-20 waffle will hold about 7 times its weight in water. A 70-30 waffle will hold 10 times its weight in water.
Wow.
Our circular knits will hold anywhere from 8 to 10 times their weight in water as well. So we watch this very carefully. Twist loops are holding 12 to 14 times their weight in water.
Wow.
So you're looking at 3 times the absorbency at this point of a standard cotton towel.
Wow.
Which is another reason to go into microfiber. Your efficiency increases, especially when you're drying a car or you're using certain products, because you're able to absorb more product.
Right.
And you're just not having to go over stuff more than once. Then you go into this. This is our new bad boy, the Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet.
This is the first patentable weave on the market. And what this is a twist loop.
I was going to say, it looks like you got 2 different types of microfibers in
it.
here.
It looks like that. But what it actually is twist loop technology. And what feels like our circular knit, but actually is just the tops cut off of the twist loops.
Gotcha.
So instead of that loop, we've split it and created a split microfiber through there, which allows for increased absorbency, but also softness.
Gotcha.
Which is great for folks in maintenance washing, or folks that are looking to have the softest, biggest, fluffiest drying towel. This is it. And we've got sizes 12-12, 15-24, 20 by 30, and then the Big Daddy 30 by 35.
Wow. And I mean, this is thick right here. I mean, this is almost
GSM.
like an inch of towel. So you go to press down on here. I mean, this is a nice interface between your hand and the paint.
And this towel, this size in the 15 by 24 will dry an entire car.
Wow.
One of these towels. And
you mean without wringing it out?
Without wringing it out.
Wow.
This towel is extremely absorbent.
What about like
we made it 12-12 just for, people wanted a premium wheel towel. That's how we said it. This is a perfect size. You can dry your wheels, especially if you got some good money in them and you want to keep them nice.
Especially the black painted wheels and stuff. They're really soft, man.
So we created a nice 12-12. It's only in the charcoal gray, so it doesn't get all dingy looking all the time.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was why we created the Gauntlet. And again, like I said, this is the first patentable weave. which means we're the only ones in the country to have that, only ones in the world.
Wow.
With the rest of these weaves have been out for so many years.
Right.
You can't patent. So for us, this was a big deal to get this type of towel,
and
get this type of setup.
This is available already
This
now.
is available already. We launched it at SEMA. We showed it off at SEMA along with the Wowo's line. This was sitting on the hood of the Fast 8 Lamborghini.
Yeah, I couldn't stop at your booth, man. I was trying to get by there when we was at SEMA, but it's so much to see.
It was crazy.
So much to see.
Crazy.
But I knew I would get to you here though, because this is the MTE is a more smaller, more intimate show, but there's a lot of powerhouses here.
For customers and people and attendees coming, it's a great show because you get the chance to actually hang out with the brands and the companies and actually get to talk. That maybe you didn't get to do at SEMA because all of us are too busy talking. And a lot of us in the industry love coming to this show because we get a chance to hang out and see each other.
Exactly.
Because we didn't get that chance to see because all of us were working.
Yeah.
You know?
You got that right. Yeah.
It makes it fun, and that's one of the reasons I love Mobile Tech Expo.
Gotcha. So we went through all of the towels now, correct?
Most of them. I don't think. I mean, short of we've got pearls. I think was the last weave we didn't talk about. So a pearl weave is a much tighter weave compared to the circular knit or the all-purpose terry.
Yeah, and it feels thin.
It is thin.
And really thin.
The reason for that is a lot of ceramic coating manufacturers are realizing and asking that you level a ceramic coating with a pearl weave towel.
Oh, wow.
One, for its low lint capability, and two, because of how tight that weave is, levels the coating much more effectively. And so this was an older weave that we used to carry a long time ago, and it was an early wax towel, as one of the towels we called it.
Yeah.
And then a lot of manufacturers were coming to us saying, hey, do you have any pearl weaves? And we were like, we used to. We used to make it. No one bought them.
Nobody bought them. Yeah. Now you're asking
But now
for
with the advent, and more and more ceramic coatings are coming on the market, more and more people are becoming installers.
Wow.
It was one of those things where we're like, oh, we can bring that, we can dust that bad boy off and bring it back out. So we've created a pearl weave, an edgeless version, an edged version, both in 80/20, and then we created an edgeless Korean 70/30 version of a pearl as well. That Korean pearl works great on some of your thicker, wetter coatings like Fine Lab, some of the self-healing like May Vinci and things like that, where you need a more absorbent towel to kind of move the product around and be able to actually level that out.
Awesome. So
the pearls work great for your normal coatings.
The pearl weave for ceramic coating. I hope y'all heard that. I'm learning a lot today. A lot.
But again, like, you know, and a lot of people don't realize, like, this towel will work far more effective at leveling a coating than using the big plush towel, because this is going to create more work for you. This is going to get the job done faster and quicker and more effectively.
Right.
And the price is much cheaper for this towel than this one.
And
a lot of guys doing coatings, they throw the towel away.
Yeah, it's got to be trash after that.
You know?
Yeah,
and,
to.
And so there are some guys that do that. I've always touted that. I tell people, if you're going to do coatings, a little fun trick, this is a tip right here, get your coating towels to match your interior towels. And then that way, what you do is when you're done wiping the car down with a coating, you soak these. Put them in a bucket with like a little bit of all-purpose cleaner or something like O&R.
Right.
Keep the towel wet. The coating that's in the towel won't cure if the towel is wet.
Makes sense.
So you soak those till you're done. You get the car out, all that. You get ready to do laundry. Bring those towels out. Throw them in the wash.
You might
wash
be able
the
to
towel.
Recycle them.
Recycle them. Make them interior towels. Make them dirty job towels. Now you've increased the usage. Like I said earlier.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That towel now.
We talking money now, baby.
Is making you money because you've already used it for its intended purpose.
Right.
Now you're repurposing it to do another couple jobs for you, and you're able to get more uses out of the towel, thereby bringing that cost down even more.
Yeah.
To the point that the towel it's a moneymaker at that point.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see that. But like I said, it's a tool. You want to try and make every single product you have in your shop work for you.
Exactly.
You're technically hiring them when you're buying them. So how do you get the most out of your workers? How do you get the most out of your towels?
And
it's the same thing.
I like that. A lot of stuff that we're not thinking about or taking the time to think about. Being with the rag company, they're going to do the thinking for you.
Yeah, that's what we hope so. I've been a professional detailer for 23 years.
Right.
And so I bring that mentality into designing and figuring out how we're going to create towels, how they're going to work for a detailer, in a shop, or whether, I mean, there's 3 of us that do this, and 3 of us that have entered at different levels in detailing. So whether you're a home hobbyist, whether you're an enthusiast, whether you're someone who just got your first car, you just got your first products, you want to do this, you want to start cleaning your car yourself, or you're a seasoned professional with a shop and a crew, we got you covered, and we've got you figured out to what will work best in your situation.
I like it, man.
That's how we do
like it. So we done went through the towels. Now let's talk about how you wash them and maintain them the correct ways. I'm sure every towel might be a little bit different, but
no, honestly.
no?
So with washing the towels, I say these things: cold water,
okay,
free and clear.
Okay.
Cold heat.
What was that?
Free and clear.
Free and clear. Okay. Cold water.
So
free and clear.
So cold water, free and clear, cold dry.
Gotcha.
That's how I do it. So the way that works out, microfiber melts at 140 degrees.
That's not that hot.
Not
when
that
you consider
hot.
Like a dryer.
Yeah.
That's not that hot.
It's also not that dry when you think about hot water. A hot water heater from the manufacturer in your home is set at 140 degrees.
Wow.
So you could run hot water and you have a chance of burning your towels.
Wow.
And what all it does is cause those fingers, if you think of microfiber as fingers, those fingers just kind of curl. And if your hand is curled, you don't have that good a dexterity, which means your towel is not going to have that dexterity.
Right.
So,
and that's why you're noticing that it's not picking up like it needs to.
Right. Or not absorbing the way it needs to.
And there's no way to revive that. Once they're done.
Once they're burned and curled, they're burned and curled.
Wow.
And so then the second point is free and clear detergent.
Okay.
That means no dyes, no fabric softeners, no any additives or anything like that. No fragrances, just clean, simple detergent.
Gotcha.
Now this is if you're doing it at home. That's the easiest, cheapest way.
Okay.
If you're running a shop, look into a specific microfiber detergent.
Right.
Don't go for a microfiber refresher. Go for a microfiber detergent. That's probably the biggest thing.
Gotcha.
But you want a liquid that's free of dyes, free of fragrances, free of scents, just all that bad stuff.
Gotcha.
What those things do, is cause a glove basically to go over the hand. Again, a gloved hand, depending on how thick that glove is, it could be. I mean, some fabric softeners, it's like putting a ski glove on your hand.
Right.
You try picking up pennies on the ground when you got a ski glove on your hand. You lose that dexterity.
Okay.
So, free and clear detergent. My little tip that I like to add in is half a cup of distilled white vinegar. The distilled white vinegar breaks down sealants and helps revive a lot of those older sealed towels.
That makes sense.
Because if you're spraying a sealant on your car and you're wiping it with a towel, not only are you sealing that paint, but you're also sealing the towel.
Yeah, because I was just researching vinegar not too long. I think it is actually like a pH
it's
4 or something. pH 4, pH 5, somewhere up in there.
Actually lower, almost
it's
a 2 or 3.
It's like a 2 or 3. Yeah.
So it's a very acidic property. It's not technically an acid, but it is very acidic.
Wow.
But it will break down those sealants properly and get it to be where you need it to go.
So, wash cold.
Wash cold.
How are we going to dry cold?
So low heat, delicate low heat.
Okay.
So everybody's got that setting.
I always use the low heat.
Yeah,
but
just use low.
I wonder if there's a way to kind of test how hot the dryer is getting.
You can throw it. They have some thermometers like.
I guess
you can set something inside the dryer and just see if it hits that.
That makes sense. 140 degrees. Remember that 140
degrees
is what starts to actually damage the microfibers itself.
Yeah, and a lot of people just crank it up high heat. They don't even think. They dry the towels. They burn all of them in the dryer.
Okay. So I think I heard 4 key elements.
Yep.
Wash cold.
Yep.
Dry cold.
Yep.
A microfiber detergent.
Yep.
Plus
distilled white vinegar. And you put the half, and where you put it is in the bleach port or the fabric softener port on the wash.
Okay.
Because it has to go through the rinse cycle.
Wow.
If you mix your soap and your detergent and your vinegar together and put it in, the vinegar will negate your detergent.
Wow.
So you've always got to keep them separate. So either run your soap first and in the rinse cycle, put in that half cup of distilled white vinegar for the rinse cycle, or put it in the bleach port or fabric softener port.
Okay.
Because that will flush during the rinse.
Gotcha.
So those make it really easy. And again, in the dryer, no dryer sheets, no little dryer balls, no nothing.
Okay, so the video got cut off there at the end. Sorry y'all didn't get to hear the rest of what Levi was saying. Yeah, we had to fire our cameraman. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm not. But yeah, I got cut off, so y'all didn't get to hear the end of it. But from what you did hear, I hope that you gained a lot of knowledge, because I know I sure did. You know, shout out to Levi and the Rag Company for what you're doing for the industry. Microfibers are essential to the success of your detail shop. So I hope you gained a lot from it. Well, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Talk smack. Who really cares? Peace.